So here is how financial professionals can stay resilient under pressure. Here's the exact strategies that you need to understand now or later on in order to succeed in your own journey. So what do we keep telling our own selves? The obstacle to success. Let's get into it. If I didn't have a family, or if I had enough pool, if I had money, if I had better education, if I had good health, if I only had time, if times were better, if other people understood me, if conditions around me were only different, if I could live my life over again, if I didn't fear what they would say, that's the biggest one. Everyone have it. If I had been given a chance, if I now had a chance, if other people didn't have it in for me, if nothing happens to stop me, if I were only younger, if I could only do what I want, if I had been born rich, if I could meet the right people, if I had talent some people have, if I dared to assert myself, if I only had embraced past opportunities, if people didn't get me on my nerves, if I didn't have to keep house and look after the children, if I could save more money, if the boss only appreciated me, if I only had somebody to help, if my family understood me, if I lived in a big city so I could get started, if I were only free, if I had the personality of some people, if I weren't so fat, if my talents weren't known, if I could just get a break, if I could only get out of debt, if I hadn't failed, if I didn't have a past, if I only had business of my own, if other people would only listen to me, if I had the courage to see myself as I really am. All of the above are vital to success. All of that leads us to the comfort level and fear. I will tell you and I will explain to you what I mean, and I will explain to you with real example right here. Example, most people fear public speaking, but successful people or the top performers, they push through the discomfort. Most top performers had the same excuses as you had above, but they keep pushing through them. Your comfort level dictates your success to settle for less standard than you have planned to achieve. I will tell you what that means. How badly do you really want to succeed? Top performers don't let fear of losing hold them back. We will explain what that means. We were all fearless as kids, but we lose that mindset over time. I will get into it directly right away. So let's get into it directly. As you can see, you see fear. You see fear right here in the middle, correct? Let's see how things look like. How fear it builds, or how fear it starts to create inside your own self. It starts with excuses, okay? You give yourself the first excuse, you give the second one, you give the third one, you give the fourth one, you give the next one, and on and on and on, all right? So that's what will make you, that's what will build or create inside you fear, okay? That's what will lead you to fear, because when you have many excuses, so you will start to create fear, because if you will start to overcome the first excuse, you have already created the second one, which that's create fear. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So it creates fear inside your own self, okay? And once you have already touched the fear or faced the fear, so you started to understand, okay, now I just have fear and I need to overcome this fear, okay? And now you're telling your own self, okay, now you understand that you have fear. You're giving your own self that is excuse that, all right, now I have fear. That's what I have to excuse. I'm afraid to start. I'm afraid to do X. I'm afraid to scale up. I'm afraid to rise up capital. Let's say that. Because now you just gave all the other excuses on the way, because now you have created a bigger excuse, which is fear. Okay? And now you understand, you have already identified it. What's going on right here? You have fear. You are afraid. Okay, I hope you understand something so far. How things will go from here. You want to start to face the fear. Now you understand, all right, I'm afraid, I want to start to face the fear. You will try to start facing the fear, and you will start to feel, oh, this fear is over me or bigger than me, and I can't actually take this fear out of me. Or you will just keep pushing through this fear, through the comfort zone or the comfort level that you have already came up to, all right? But you will start to settle for lower standard of fulfillment. Do you understand? Now you will start to settle for less because you have already built the other excuses right here. Start to create fear inside your own self. Now you have identified that what's your real excuse is you have fear. All right, you will start to face the fear. And after you have faced the fear, you will start to tell your own self, oh, fear is bigger than me. Okay, maybe I will do X and Y, but I will not do it as I have already planned it. I will only do it to achieve X, to achieve Y, which it will be less than what you have already planned to achieve. And now you will have lower standard of fulfillment. Okay, and then from there you will get into the same circle again. You will get into the same circle, the same cycle. You will get into excuses. But now you will start to settle for less. You will start to settle for less here. Okay, less. Do you understand? I hope you do. That's where the most of the entrepreneurs they're going through. You are settling for less, and now you will go through the same. You will start to get into the excuses again, and keep going into the same circle again. If you are not going through that, you will go through that now or later on. If you have already went through that, or if you are going through that, so you need to understand how you can overcome that, which I will get into it right away. So when you facing fear, that's what it, by the way, that's what it called for the comfort level and fear. Okay, that's what it called for, comfort level and fear. Okay, this comfort level and fear, it will only start to get you to settle for less. Okay, so this comfort level and fear, it will never get away. It will only be more cycles here to get you to new levels of comfort levels and fear, which it will absolutely lead you to settle for less and less and less. Do you understand? That's what makes you to not achieve your goals. Do you understand? If you have already seen any value of what I have already told you right here, you can subscribe to this channel, because I will make sure to drop this type of content daily. Now let's get into the solution right here. Okay, the solution right here is when you start to give the first excuse. Okay, the first excuse of why you can't achieve X. Let's say that's your desired reality. If we say that. So you need to face the biggest fear that you have already planned or had it in your own mind. You need to face it right away. Okay? You will start to facing it, and after you have faced it, you will go to new challenges that will break all the fear inside your own self, or all of the excuses that may be 20-30% that you have it inside your own self, but it will start to consume, or it will start to build with the time to become your fear, or your next fear, or your next comfort level of fear. Do you understand something? I hope you do. If you can, just keep replay this video. Okay? And that's what you need to do. So you need to start to break all the comfort level of fears that you had it inside your own self, 20-30% that with the time will start to build real excuses. And that's what will make you to have higher standards. Do you understand? That's exactly how the top performers they are doing. It's exactly what you need to do if you want actually to succeed in your entrepreneurship. That's exactly what you need to understand. Okay? I hope you do. And when you start to have high standards, you will start to just level up with the new challenges and with a new ways to face your internally fears, and you will only be away of all of these cycles that will trap you and trap your own business. You will be long away from it. And that's why the top performers, when you will start to face or start to meet the others entrepreneurs and they are not top performers, they will directly stay away from them, because they understand that this type of entrepreneurs, they are going into these cycles of trapping cycles. It's called for the comfort level of fear that will actually start to trap them until they will get out of the business, or until they will actually not succeed as they have already planned in their own lifetime. That was everything for today. If you have already seen any value of this video, you can share it with someone who actually struggling with what I have already explained to you, so you can give them the solution for it. If you would like to subscribe for this channel and to see more videos like that, so you can absolutely do that. Have a killer year. Make sure to understand that to enter your 2025 with your own best potential and with your own best mindset that will keep you away from all of these triggers. See you tomorrow.